Guys, welcome. My name is Carl Norman from carlnormanconsulting.com and Personal Development Mastermind Podcast. I'm joined today, now I don't know whether you guys had actually seen this, but this young lady had posted, actually it wasn't from this young lady, it was from somebody else. It was my mentor called Kathy Savage. She'd posted a picture of her before and after. I'd put it onto my Facebook group and it just went mental. The amount of people that was just like going, who is this woman? How has she managed to do that? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to reach out and I'm going to ask her if she'd jump on a live Zoom with me, and she joins me today. So if you're watching this on Facebook, then obviously, then that's cool. You'll see it. If you listen to this on a podcast, then we'll give some details on how you can probably get in touch with Maria and find out a little bit more. But for now, Maria, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock and 9:15 in Massachusetts, United States.
We're not jealous at all that you're over in Massachusetts and we're over in the UK. Actually, the weather's nice today in the UK. I've got to be honest, it is nice.
Yeah.
So normally it rains quite a lot here.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's been raining a lot here, and we need the sun. We need the vitamin D. We do.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to talk about vitamins and minerals today, but you know what? I see where you're going with that conversation, Maria. Unbelievable. So, Maria, listen, give our listeners and the people who are watching this, give us a little bit of an idea on your background, because everybody wants to know. I mean, all my mates were ringing me and messaging me and saying, you know, speak to that Maria, how she managed to do what she's done. So, give us a little bit of an idea on your background.
So my background, first and foremost, I'm in the health and fitness industry. So I own a studio in Westford, Massachusetts. Keeps me very busy. It's something that I built from the ground up. So it really takes, and it's, so it keeps me busy. On top of that, I kind of going towards that picture, you see the before and you see the after.
Sure.
Long story short, the before was, I put my heart and soul into helping people, as we know, like if you're in this business or if in any, keep person to person service related business, you're about helping people. So I found myself always helping people and just really getting super busy with the business and just giving everything I had to my family, my friends, to, the studio, my clients, and just building the studio and the business itself. So it sucked the life out of me, which is a great thing because I love it. But reality set in. I looked at myself and I was like, oh, what are you doing for yourself? Because, you're giving to everybody else, but then like, if you can't be strong and you're not giving anything back to yourself to keep yourself pumped up, healthy and motivating and inspirational, it's just not going to go anywhere good. So I looked at myself and said, all right, I've been helping others. What do I got to do to put it back into myself? It's really hard maintaining a business. I get up at 4 a.m. I'm working all day, and it was just me in the beginning, all night, doing all the bills, doing everything. And then I'm like, how am I going to fit in all my meals that I have to make, all my exercise that I have to do? How I just thought it was impossible. I thought it was not going to happen. I just had that same mindset that a lot of people have, which hope I can help people change their mindset today. How can I do it? And I did my research, and to back up, I was wanting to compete in competitions for years, and I was just never ready because I just thought I could never be that person. I thought all those women who had those beautiful physiques and just who got themselves in great shape like that, I just, it couldn't happen to me because they must not work. Or, I had all those like dirty little mind trash mindsets in my head. And so I decided, you know what? I looked at myself. I said, today's the day. I'm signing up as somebody so I hired my own coach. And the rest was history. I just put my head down straight and just did it. And, a lot of amazing things came up when I decided to change, and just really work on myself as well as work on others, and help myself and my clients at the same time. So, that kind of gives you a background of where I kind of got into that spot.
Absolutely awesome. I think, you know what, you mentioned a couple of things there that were massively important to me, and I know that will be important to my clients. My background is in life coaching and NLP, and I believe that it is massively about changing your mindset, and one day it will it will manifest that you do need to do something. I mean, for you to be a personal trainer and for you to have your own studio and for that picture to be taken, that must have took some balls to do. Because one, you'd obviously let yourself go to a certain stage because, you know, at the end of the day, I know that when I speak to personal trainers or coaches, that they live a certain lifestyle. Now, I know from where you're coming from because you're trapped in your business. You know, there's no time for you. You're running around ragged. And it comes to a point whereby just try and share with the listeners and the people who are watching today what happened with that mindset, because I just love that transition that you've made. But the fact that you woke up one day and went, right, that's it, no more.
Yeah.
Whoops, let's go. What did that feel like?
Well, I mean, I just sat there and looked at my life and I said, I am such a driven person. I will work hard for any business that I used to be a part of, if it wasn't mine. I looked at myself, looked at my business, and I looked at my clients and I said, this is it. Like, I have to change. I want to make my clients rewarded. I want them to have success. I want to be able to build my business more. I want to make more, money because I work hard. So I should. But there's a lot more other things that went along with that, which we could talk about too. It was a great feeling. I feel like it was like I was reborn. I know that sounds kind of silly. It was the best decision I made to sort of think about in my head first, like really get it up here first. Like I can do it too. You know what? I actually looked at some of my people that I knew, close friends and of mine who are somewhat in the same industry. And I said, wow, if they can do it, I literally said this to myself, if they can do it, I can do it. There's no way they can do it and I can't do it.
Yeah, I love that.
And I just was like, it's all over.
You know what? I think that there comes a point where you've got to draw a line in the sand. And
you do.
Irrespective, because again, and I don't know whether it's an age thing. I don't know whether it's you just wake up one day and just think, okay, well, where's this all going?
Right.
In what direction am I going in? We have a thing in NLP called a timeline or a Dickens therapy, whereby you can look into the future if you carry on doing what you're doing. Or you can take the right road or you can take the wrong road. And you must have looked at maybe, I'm taking the wrong road here.
Yeah. I looked at myself and I was like, this isn't going to go anywhere good. I'm never going to be inspirational to my clients. I have to feel good and be the role model.
Cool.
I was happy back then. I was feeling like I was feeling great. I just wasn't where I needed and wanted to be.
Sure.
I didn't see so I just did it all. And that went for my business too. When I didn't have my studio and I was working, in all these different places and traveling to clients' homes and cooking meals in their houses, I just was like,
wow.
I saw one of my friends do it. And I'm like, oh God, if he can do it, I can do it. That's just how I started thinking. Yeah. Those people out there that, others may view with these transformations, they may first look at it and be like, no, that could never happen. Or that can't be me. Or there's no way that person, there's a mindset. They predetermine all these things. Yeah. I've been guilty of it. Sometimes still am. And you know what? Then that changes. Oh my gosh, if that person can do it, nope, I can do it too. You really can. It's just how. That's what we want to talk about. Like how.
Perfect. And you know what? You brought me right onto the next subject there. So how did we actually, you talked about mindset there and you talked about first and foremost, let's be honest with you, right? Everything starts with a thought. You didn't just wake up one day and went, right, this is what I'm going to do. What you did is you woke up and you thought, this is what I want to do seriously. Correct. However, how do I attach the how to it? So what did that just look like to you? You'd obviously said, my other clients who have done it, and we'll come on to that in a second because that's really important. But the actual how you were going to do it, did you sit down, pen, piece of paper, computer, talk to people with the accountability there? Talk me through that, Maria.
Well, I knew I had to hire a coach because I knew. So for my personal goal, and I'm not saying this is everybody's goal. So just to say, people look at that picture and that, well, I'm not going to compete. So there's no way I'm going to, I don't have her life. That's not going to happen. I'm not competing. But it doesn't matter if you're going to compete or not. We share something in common. We all have a goal. And we can all get there. And our goals can be huge. But sometimes it is best to hire a coach when you have these crazy goals. And so for me, I wanted to compete. And I was talking to my coach before I even hired her, because for 5 years, more than 5 years, Coach Kim, actually, with Kathy Savage Fitness. That's how I know Kathy. And I researched coaches still, even though I knew Kim, and I wanted to make sure I picked the type of environment that I believed in. I wanted to make sure I was going to get the right mindset coaching, the right stress, the right sleep coaching, the right nutrition, the right fitness, and really just encompass like what I believed in, what I provide for my clients, for me. So then I was like, all right, I'm not wasting another day. I signed right up.
Wow.
Done.
Really?
Signed up. I got started with a coach, and then we started to mesh our, stuff together, and I started working out. I started developing my nutrition. And when you want a certain physique, and when really anybody who wants to build lean muscle and lose body fat, you gotta eat more than 3 times a day, and you can't skip meals. And you have to have a meal pattern that suits you and your lifestyle, but also works towards your goals. And so as I was, chumming along here, I realized, a few things. I can't, because I'm a busy studio owner, and because I'm working out now on top of all the crazy stuff I was doing, and because now I'm cooking more because I have to eat 5 to 6 times a day, I started going, okay, how am I going to fit the food part in now? Like, how is this going to happen? So you are going to have roadblocks and things that come up that are going to make it impossible for you to do, but I'm going to find a solution. I think it's all about knowing that there's going to be kind of like roadblocks, but also knowing you have to find the solution always, or else you won't get to your goal. And I've always come up to roadblocks. In fact, I create them myself half the time. But so I was like, all right, I was using isogenics for a while, but I really had put it on pause because I just wasn't sure what I was doing with it at the time, and I loved it. But then I started realizing, oh my God, this made it easy for me. I can have full meals while I'm training my clients back to back. When I have a 5:30, a 6:30, a 7:30, 8:30, a 9:30, and a 10:30 client back to back, I can't go, excuse me, let me go warm up my food, and I'll be right with you. So I never thought that I could find that, satisfaction with my nutrition, and I did. So I found a solution there, and it has been working, and it really, really amped up my life. My skin changed, my sleeping patterns changed, everything changed. My clients, I think the biggest thing, and I was kind of secretive about it, I didn't really tell much to my clients about it. I didn't say much. But when my clients started saying, okay, Maria, what are you up to? What are you doing? And I'm like, and I have goosebumps right now, because I was like, that was almost like a turning point. Like, you can tell? Really? Well, the only thing different I'm doing is I'm supplementing my nutrition in the right way and eating, 5 to 6 times a day, real food combined with all my, herbs and all that stuff, plus my nutrition, plus my workouts. Like, you can tell? Oh, it was awesome. I'm like, okay. So when people are validating your progress at the same time you think that nobody's paying attention, you're making it just works.
Yeah. How did you go from sort of the place of where you were to the place where you obviously ended up with regards to going in for the competition? How was that journey? I mean, because again, I think that it's really important for certainly my clients and the people that maybe that are watching this or listening to the podcast. You mentioned about roadblocks, and you preempted certain things, which I talk a lot about when I do seminars and I do mindset sort of talks. And I say, listen, there's going to be challenges ahead. And what you need to do is that you need to be a little bit aware of them. And what we talked about before with regards to the Dickens therapy, and also, sort of going down the right path and the wrong path. You must have had an idea that being a busy sort of gym owner, studio owner, and you knew what that entailed, but you also had a plan, you had a goal. That must have been quite difficult to stick to, because you must have had times in that period. I mean, how long did it actually take you to get to that point?
So it was around October 2015, right, where I really started hitting it hard, like really saying, okay. And now I chose like a really good goal, and I have a definitive ending to that goal. So every goal is a beginning and an end. So I said, all right, it's April 23rd, 2016. I'm doing that show, and I'm getting there. So it was the October 2015 to April 2016.
Wow. That's incredible. So talk me over the roadblocks, because that is, wow, that's incredible. The amount, the time that you've put in, you must have been so strict with everything. But surely that there must have been some sort of hurdles, some obstacles that you had to maneuver over. How did you deal with them? Because again, getting back to the mindset thing, that must have been massive. You must have had a strong mind to be able to do that.
Well, I built a strong mind. I learned, and I'm still doing it. I wouldn't say I was wicked strict. I wouldn't use that word, but I would say like I developed a really satisfying structure that really was realistic and attainable for me. And even though it was challenging, I still I made it work for me. My coaches and even my studio clients were very supportive as well. So I feel like not only, finding your goal, making it work for you and customize it to your lifestyle, you have to have support too. So because of those roadblocks that come up, you need support. You need people around you who have your back, that you could bounce things off, talk to, need encouragement. Or I remember so many times I would say to one of my clients, Bonnie, who I talked to you about, I said, I'm not doing this today. I can't do it. I would have those moments where I'm like, I don't really think I'm going to get in a bikini and go on stage. What am I thinking? Like my body's not changing. Like, I think the hardest part was like, I'm not changing anymore. What's going on with me? Is this working? So you'd have to say, that's a roadblock, right? A lot of people have that. They want it quick. I knew I couldn't have it quick, but still, even the person that tells clients you can't have it quick, and I know the science behind it, you still go through those moments. So I think surrounding yourself with people who care about you and who are supportive towards you is a huge. So you have to tell everybody what you're doing. Tell the universe. People are going to, support you. I think that's big.
I think that's huge. And you know what? Something else that I'm going to mention here, right, is accountability, because that would have put you in a massive sort of deficit if you wouldn't have done what you eventually done. Then you, in your background, and you sound really, really determined, will probably think that you might have failed. And because you've told everyone about it, you've got to think yourself, well, I've got to really do this.
Exactly.
Was that an important part of the process from obviously October to April?
Oh, yeah. I threw it right out there, and I threw it right there on Facebook right away, because
boom.
That's just, boom, right there, because it would be my own secret. If you don't tell somebody your goal, you're not obviously being true to yourself. And how are you going to not be, they want to see you now do it. Once you tell people, they're waiting and watching. Yeah. And that's what I wanted, and that's what I needed, because I know that's the only way I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Even I'll tell you what, even when I first signed up with my coaches, I even said, I'm not going to compete. That's not what's going to happen, because I won't even get into a bathing suit normally. So I'm not doing it. I just want to get myself into a great spot. I want to feel good. First and foremost, let's talk about how happy I want to feel and just be. And two, I want to look good. Who doesn't? I'm in this industry. I just want it. So then I decided, let's do it.
That was it. The decision was made. You went for it. It obviously took you between October 2015 and April 2016 to get yourself in that mindset of thinking, this has got to be done. I've literally ticked all the boxes. I've committed myself. I've made that commitment to myself, my friends around me, and obviously my coach. How important was it to have a coach with you? Because let's be honest with you, right? The thing that really gets me is that when I speak to clients, most clients will say to me, I know what to do. The problem is that I just don't do it. And I think to myself, you know what? You need support. You need a coach to hold your hand to prove that you're accountable. So how important was that to have a coach on board?
Well, you know what? When you're working really hard at something, you need somebody to talk you straight. So you need checkpoints. You need somebody to hold you accountable. Look, my life is busy. Again, remember that. Like, we're all busy. So, when you're busy, you still need somebody to say, hey, did you send in your nutrition? Are you drinking your water? Are you eating 5 meals? You need somebody to kind of look on top of you. Yeah, exactly. And right now I'm drinking my coffee, but you need somebody to, when you're feeling everybody feels doubt. Yeah. When you're going through a process, everybody does. I don't care who you are, how strong you are, how successful you are. Everybody has doubt. Everybody has self-doubt. You need somebody that has no emotion attached to it. Your coach, by the way, they don't have emotion attached to it to tell you you're going crazy, you're fine, or we need to fix your nutrition, or you need to start lifting heavier, or we need to get you into some cardio, or whatever it is.
Sure.
You need somebody that can coach you.
Things need to change Because again, changing that mindset is also about changing routine as well. Because again, I think this is the problem with a lot of people, is that they've been in the same routine for God knows how long. And the fact is that it's comfortable. That's their little comfortable zone.
That's right.
Stepping out of that comfort zone must have been huge for you.
Huge.
And this is what brings me to the next subject, because I know that you're a busy lady, but obviously in the industry that we were in, or certainly that I was in, and what you're currently still in, is that supplements and obviously meal replacements were not really a little bit frowned on because of the nature of them. And from a coach's point of view, people would say, oh, you know what, you make time, you get up early in the morning, you should do this and you should do that. And I've just had a reality check this year with regards to stepping back from my business and then looking at other people that were involved in it and thinking, you know what, these guys had 2 kids, you know, they had a full-time job, they come home over night time, they had to look after not just themselves, but everybody else. And thinking, listen, this has been my idea from where I am, not from where they are. And you probably have been involved in this, that when then you start implementing the isogenics, which is obviously what we're talking about today, is then that must have been a little bit difficult for you. How was that conversation with yourself and then with clients? Because I'm sure that you probably said, you know, go down the whole food route and make sure that you prepare your food and stuff like that.
Right.
So how was that conversation with your clients? And then how was that with yourself?
Right. So because being in the industry, obviously studying, learning, over the years, everybody would say, what do you use? What kind of bar should I take? What protein powder should I have? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think everybody needs to supplement. I think everybody needs to supplement in some way, but maybe they don't need protein powder, let's just say, for example. But there are a lot of people who have certain goals and lifestyles that need it, that they should. Yeah. And I think nutritionally, we all should. We'll get to that. As far as like nutrients, and we don't get the same out of food anymore. It's not just about protein powder, guys. So, so I decided to put it in my routine, instead of, I wanted to find a company that I trust, that tastes good, that take care of their customers, that would help me in my business somehow. But I really just used it for me first. Yeah. And they were all like, oh, that's interesting. They were supportive because I think that they saw what was going on with me. They were there in real time. They didn't judge me. They were like, okay, they would ask about it. I didn't push it. But they saw what was happening to me. So then I was like, all right, well, I have a company that I trust. It's scientifically proven. Everything's backed. It's a huge community. I was getting all the support. It tastes good. It was changing my body. It was working. Now I'm like, I endorse this now. This is something that I know works. And I don't have to send my clients or myself ever again to Whole Foods, to Market. I don't have to sit there and spend like all this time trying to figure out if their choice that they picked from the supermarket or from GNC. I learned a lot from looking at all this stuff, all the chemicals, all the fillers, all the preservatives. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to sit there and do that. This is what I have a company that provides all the nutrients, and it's 100% amazing. So I'm going to start using it myself and provide it for my clients. So I started to have it at the studio, and I knew, so I had a few clients start using it, and their results were amazing. We're not just using, let me just tell everybody, we're not just using 5 shakes a day. We're not, I didn't get from point A to point B, just shakes. Yeah. All right. So it's about fitness, nutrition, and blending in the right supplementation to make your goals meet. And it's customizable. So it really wasn't hard to talk to them about, but there are some people that, I'm not going to do that because you're telling me to eat things that have limited ingredients. And if you flip over the label, there's a million stuff in the back. And I said, but what type of food is it that has a lot of ingredients in it? Like, look at the back. There are some things you may not be able to pronounce, but it's enzymes. It's amino acids, it's celery. They just can't cut. They're just so smart. They put it all out there. It's a meal. Yeah. So, it's educating people and just, they trust me. I have my name on my business. I wouldn't steer them in the wrong direction. Yeah. So it's been interesting. It's been great, but I feel like it's just creating awareness.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. So how have your customers and your clients actually accepted the fact of obviously the isogenics now and including it within sort of their lifestyle, because you mentioned something there before that I believe is really important, and I know that again I've already been questioned with regards to, oh, so you just take shakes every day and obviously you lose the weight, and I've gone no, because I actually run a lifestyle program, an online lifestyle program, and again I go into sleep, I go into rest, I go into having a great job and a job that you enjoy because you just don't want to be stressed or angry. Trying to have great relationships with people. For me, it's a lifestyle. So obviously when you coach, you now must be saying, okay, which is the biggest area that you're struggling with regards to your nutrition? Then let's see if we can incorporate this into it, because then we can work on the other bits. Would that be fair?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's put it this way. I have a lot of busy clients. Nobody sits around and twiddles their thumbs. Like I have doctors, attorneys, I have school teachers. I mean, you can't eat in class, but they want these, in front of the kids. And when they're taking care of clients or patients, they're not going to say, oh, hold on, I got to check your vital signs after I eat, and some of them don't even have an office. They work on multiple floors all day long. And some people travel. I have a lot of busy clients. So when I'm telling my clients, okay, to get to your goals of wanting to lose weight, building muscle, create like a different lifestyle for yourself, you need to eat 5 to 6 times a day. For certain people, I'm telling them that. Okay. And most people. So they're like, that's not going to happen. Or some people are like, okay. And some people can do it, but then they need some assistance. And then some people are like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. I don't cook, number one. Yeah. And number two, I skip breakfast. I'm like, well, okay, I have solutions for you now. Yeah. So it made it really easy to implement that in their nutrition. And I get the whole, oh my God, it's actually satisfying. Oh my God, I'm actually full. That's great. So, that's...
And I'm getting results as well, I presume. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It makes a massive difference, I think. For me, everything that I've ever done is based on results. If you can show me that you're improving, then at the end of the day, I know what it is that advice that I'm giving you is the right advice, because obviously things are changing. Now, whether that's you're getting stronger in the gym, whether you're getting leaner in the gym, whether you're actually walking in the gym with a smile on your face and you're feeling happy that you're going to be there. I mean, it must be amazing to see the transformations, not just in what you've done in your life and the feedback that you've had back, but what about the transformations that you've had with your clients? I mean, what have their emotions been like? What's the feedback been like with regards to the results that you've helped them and our company has helped them with?
Right. I mean, I just had a client come back from her vacation. We had her, I'm going to have to share these. I am going to do a testimonial for her. It's somebody who has been working really hard on their health and fitness, this woman who has done everything, who has been spending countless hours at the gym, literally. She came to me and said, I work out 5 to 6 times a week. I eat healthy. I want my desired goals to be met. I want to change my body in these type of ways. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like she clearly works hard. She's a saleswoman. She's very busy. She has a region she takes care of. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure this out. So I took her in, we set some goals. I'm like, all right. And I assessed her. We talk about everything. We mindset, we do lifestyle. We really got into like where her like roadblocks were. Okay. And I'm like, all right, this is what you're doing. This is what you're missing. Honestly, the nutrition side of things, she was missing more than she thought, even though she was eating healthy, because most of my clients come to me eating healthy. Yeah. Believe it or not, like 80% of them, I would say eat healthy, because I think it's just change. It's changing, but they're just not, we have to fill some gaps. So she was that person who was fit. She was leaner. She didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but she wanted to transform her body. Yeah. We had to wait for her to go away on vacation, went to the islands, and she transformed. And when I tell you, when you look at her before picture, you'll see her face was beautiful. She was beautiful anyway, no matter what, but her face alone, I told her, after pictures, her smile, like she was like holding back her smile. She was like, she couldn't. I'm like, and we were just like, looked at her pictures and just hugged each other. I'm like, this is amazing. Awesome. Her skin is glowing. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to show these pictures. It makes me like want to cry thinking about how I help myself and I share with others how they can do it too. Yeah. And it's real. Like you can, and I have real people that do it. It's like, it is real.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important. I think when we seen your before and after pictures, And obviously when I throw this video out now and people can see that you're still obviously the same build as what you were obviously when you were doing the competition, the fact is that they can see that you've carried on your journey. They can see that that is real. So how have things been since, obviously, you can obviously see that you're in fabulous shape, but how have you actually done that? Have you kept to everything? Has it been like, this is it, I'm not going back that way, this is the way that I'm gonna stay for the rest of my days?
Like
how's that worked?
I was just like, I don't know how I ever lived my life before.
Wow.
I don't know how I ever lived my life before. And that's it. Done. I mean, I can't go, I don't know even what I was doing before. I really, that's all I can say. I don't even remember that time. Right now, I've been maintaining my fitness. I found the lifestyle that works. I can work out in my own studio. I have another gym I go and visit to work out close to the home. I feel like when I'm radiating my goodness, it just kind of like spills over to my clients. So it works for me, my lifestyle. I'm continuing to do it. And I loved it so much. I have a show next weekend.
Wow, really?
Eating in a show on the 20th. So I feel like I need this huge structure and I need this huge accountability.
Yeah.
Within my Savage team,
yeah.
Kathy Savage team and my coach, it really makes me do wonderful things when you have that support. So I'm keeping that going. Yeah. So I have a show next week. So I think it's the way I feel. I'm happier than I've ever felt in my life.
Boom. You know what? You've just hit the nail on the head there, Maria, because again, it's those feelings. Some people feel that they could never achieve that. Some people feel that it's really going to be hard work. And it all boils down to, obviously, those emotions. You know, we're worried about what other people are going to do, what other people are going to say, you know, but we're in a situation, obviously you are, where you're extremely happy, and those feelings, you can see that it radiates out of you. You can see that you're a really happy person. You've carried on your journey, which is wonderful. Now, listen, I don't want to keep you massively here, so I want to find out on how you feel that your journey will go. I mean, because thinking about the place that you were in when obviously you took your before picture and you were really busy and things were moving forward, but you knew and you realized that things had to change, to obviously a situation where you're currently in right now, where you've still got your busy practice, you've obviously got your studio, you've got your private clients, you're involved obviously with Isogenics, you're changing people's lives, you're involved in a business that is really caring and sharing with other people. Where do you see the future? And more importantly as well, because I know that you're involved in the UK and our launch that's coming up on the 15th of May, but how does all that interlink with where you feel that you're going with your lifestyle and your future?
It's a great question because I thought about that. It's a great question, Carl. I mean, I thought about it. There was a point in time where I was watching a Zoom call with Stephanie Villers. I think she's I don't know exactly where she is. There's so many things I'm seeing on Facebook and everything, but I resonated with her. She was in the same spot I was in. You know, now I'm thinking more like, yeah, I have a business and I'm helping people. And now where is that going to take me? So when I was listening to her story, I just shared similarities. I'm a business owner. I train. I also have 2 trainers that work for me. They're great, but I've also had the whole hire and fire, hire and quit, hire. I mean, and then it damaged my business just a little bit each time because I had to rebuild. And then it became, I was constantly putting out fires and like making things better. And I didn't want that type of a business. So I changed my name of the studio. I owned it. I don't want to hire and fire anymore. I want to make my business grow because I need to. My calling is helping people. I have to do that. And it's my livelihood. I love it. But I can't do the hire and fire game. So how am I going to grow my business? Share with my family and everybody else. So I decided that I would, because of what I was doing with Isogenics, along with my business and what I'm doing there with nutrition and fitness, it's working. I developed an online part of the studio now where I have clients from California to Louisiana, and now the UK, hopefully we're bringing more. We really have something cool going on now. And now I accidentally built a business team with Isogenics too, from clients who saw results, who felt amazing. So I have this like vision of me just really not having to hire people, like at the studio, but grow the business within online, but still keep my studio. I love it. It just all works great. Like I just want to excel. And so now I don't have to hire people. I just have a great community online that we can all just help each other. And that's the biggest thing.
Wow. It sounds like as if that you've got an absolutely amazing future ahead of you. And obviously with the Isogenics team, for me, it's been a massive wake-up call because the guys are amazing. The support that you get. I've never had this. I've been in business for 30 years and I've never had the support level that we've currently got right now with people that really genuinely want to see you succeed.
Right.
It's just absolutely amazing. Maria, you've been absolutely incredible today. How can people get in touch with you if they want to speak to you? Because we're hopefully going to push this out onto the internet, onto YouTube, and you'll obviously get the video and be able to share that on your wall and what have you. So how can people get in touch with you?
Sure. You can just go to my website, mariamarquesfitness.com. It's MARQUES. And you can contact me, my Facebook. It doesn't matter. I let people just contact me however way they want. But you generally can get an idea right on the website.
Fantastic. Maria, you've been absolutely so informative today. I could have kept you here for hours, but I've got another call booked in with our boss, with Kathy. So,
yay!
Yeah, so I'm really,
awesome.
She is. She's unbelievable. Yeah, she's absolutely fantastic. So Maria,
I'm gonna see her later tonight. Yay!
Oh yeah, I can't wait to meet her. She's coming over in June, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. Maria, thank you so much. You have been an absolutely amazing guest today. I wish you every success in your business and every success in your health, and I look forward to either coming over there and meeting you in person or when you come over to the UK, and I'm sure that I'll meet you at an Isogenics event. You take care. Look after yourself.
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you. Bye.